Everybody, Joshua here, and welcome to the Joshua Houston podcast. Man, I am so excited about this, and I am so grateful to you all for helping make this a reality. If you're here, there's a really good chance you're here probably because we're connected in some way through threads. And you've probably seen some of what I've talked about there that has led to this. Specifically, back in November, I had posted just kind of musing about how there needs to be an alternative to the online space that we see in platforms like Joe Rogan or Tucker Carlson. These guys who, they platform each other, they platform other men who spread disinformation, or they platform really problematic voices like Elon Musk or Jordan Peterson and the likes of those. And we just need a different model. We need a different space that is not exclusively for the toxic man. And man, did that go off. And tens of thousands of followers later, you all said, we want that space and we're going to make that space together. So that's how we got here. Thank you for being a part of that and being here. As for the podcast, it is going to launch starting January 1st. So January 1st of 2025 is when the very first pilot episode is going to be dropped. That will be here on YouTube, here on Spotify, also on Apple Podcasts. You can find it in those places. And then we're just going to start rolling out this amazing group of guests that we have lined up for you. So January 1st is when that is going to start. Now, before then, specifically on YouTube, there are going to be some previews to those conversations that will be put onto the YouTube channel. We'll see if we can also put those on to Spotify and Apple Podcast as well, just to give you a preview of what's to come and some of the guests that we're talking to. So those will start rolling out later this month, but January 1st is the big date, and I hope to see you there. Now, like I said, we've got some amazing guests lined up. But I wanted to specifically speak to the very first guest that we're going to have. That is Akeem Woods. Akeem is a comedian. He's a really funny guy, got a great story, and I cannot wait for you to hear our conversation. Again, if you are connected with me on Threads, you probably saw Akeem and I had a bit of an interaction after I had made some posts about creating a different type of podcast. And so it is fitting that he would be the first guest on here. I can't wait for you to hear that conversation. I'm so excited that Akeem said yes and that he would be willing to join the show. So Akeem will be the very first guest on the first. Definitely tune in for that. But then after that, man, we have some amazing guests lined up. I'm going to keep rolling those guests out, give you a bit of a preview who they are this month, so you can find those on Threads. But we have athletes, we're going to have other comedians, we're going to have chefs, business owners, scientists, doctors, people who are smarter than us, and then people from all different art forms and mediums. And I can't wait to share these conversations with you. They are some amazing people. And these are people, by the way, who you would never see on a Joe Rogan podcast, because we're going to be elevating all kinds of voices. It's not going to be just a parade of straight white dudes and their problematic conspiracy theories. We're not going to do that. That's not what this space is going to be about. In this space, we are going to elevate and listen to the voices of Black people and people of color, those voices in the LGBTQ plus community, because I believe deeply that when we listen to those voices, when we listen to those stories, when we allow them to really seep into us and our personhood and shape us and change us and learn from them and change behaviors, we become better people for it. So I am so excited for just the amazing parade of voices that you are going to hear here on this podcast, and I hope you enjoy that, and I hope you see yourself in these voices. I hope you learn new perspective from these voices, because it's an amazing group of guests, and I can't wait for you to meet them and hear our conversations. Now, here's where I need your help. There's a few different ways you can help. One, if you are listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcast, if you could follow us there and leave a 5-star. Both of those are free. They take about 5 seconds, but they mean so much to the algorithms on those platforms. So if you could take a moment to follow there and leave a 5-star, that would go a long way in setting us up for success when we launch January 1st. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching there. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and share it with a friend who you think would also be interested in it. I really want to leverage YouTube in a way to start building more community beyond just listening and helping you all connect with some of the amazing people who are part of this. I am in a unique spot because I get to connect with and see a lot of you from my seat on Threads, and you're interacting. And y'all are an amazing group of people, and I think there could be some friendships birthed out of this, some really great connections. So we're going to try to leverage YouTube as we grow and go down the road to really create a space to foster community and to give you a little more access as well to the guests that we have on. That's really what I would love to do going down the road. So please subscribe on YouTube. That goes a really long way in helping us reach some goals on YouTube that are going to help us make it a little more interactive and create some space for you to engage both more with myself and the guests that we have on there. So it would mean a lot if you would do that. And then on either of those platforms, on Spotify or on YouTube, leave a comment below letting me know what type of topics you would like to hear, whether they be scientific or stories you want to hear or people perspectives you want to hear. Drop a comment below and let me know what you would like to hear. And can I just say again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a part of this, for engaging, for saying, yeah, I do want a different space. I want to be a part of building a different space, a different community. And y'all are just an amazing group. I am blown away by your engagement, how much you care about other people, but really more than anything, as I've shared a lot of just myself and my family's personal story on Threads and Instagram, I've been so encouraged by how many of you are saying, man, I can relate. Man, I feel that. I know what that's like, and are just super kind, loving humans. If you follow me on Threads, you've heard me say before, being kind shouldn't be political. It should just be human. And one thing I've learned in engaging with you all and getting to know some of you is, man, there's a lot of really kind humans out there, and you guys are part of that. And I am so thankful to you and grateful to you that you would join me in this journey and be a part of this in building up a really kind, really amazing space with just amazing, kind, loving humans. That's what we want to do. That's what we're building, and that's what you're part of. And I'm so grateful for you to be a part of this. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope you follow or subscribe in one of those platforms and invite a friend. We want this community to grow into just a bigger and bigger, kinder, loving space. Thank you guys, and I cannot wait for January 1st.